minutes in this view. So step. Okay, so step. I gotta call it step. But it has an E on the end, so that's what I thought. It would be step E or something. Step. All right. So looks like the Americans have spoken, and the correct name of this map is step. Step, right? Step. So it's step. Okay. So before I forget, let me move the spectator overlay here a little bit further south. Move table. Let me just move a few tiles down. Tiles, not tiles, pixels. Okay, anyway, here we go, guys. And let's take a look at the civs. It's gonna be Mongols from Calig0 and Mayans from Max here. The position of the map looks like this, as we've in case you didn't wonder. So in the middle we have loads of deer, as we just saw before, and players start with a horse scout and a few houses here, as you can see. Apparently one boar. I can see one boar there. Let me see if there are some more. Not yet. There looks like there are 2 boars for each player. Let me take a look if that's the case for MadMax here too. One boar there and another boar here. Yes, it looks like it's 2 boars for both players. Both of them chose to make a DC straight away. Of course, apparently they do start with enough resources for it. It's not like a land nomad where you still need to build a lumber camp first. Okay, and both Mongols and Mayans have not been played so far in this series, so it's time for me to let you guys know what the differences are on this patch when it comes to both these civs. So on Mongols, we have Hunt bonus has been reduced from 50% to 40%. Cavalry Archer fire rate bonus affects Mangudai 2 has been decreased to 15% from the original 20%. The team bonus gives scouts +1 line of sight instead of +2, and Mangudai and Elite Mangudai have the same missile delay as that of plumed archers. So those are the changes for Mongols. On Mayans, so we did have Mayans before, didn't we? So I don't need to read the changes again. I now remember we had on the first game, we had a Mayans being played. So I don't need to read the changes there once more. Let's talk a little bit about the maps. As we can see, as we just said before, both players pretty much spawn on their own spots, so they have all the resources very close to each other. But what this map does is it makes it very hard for players to wall. Well, they have a very open front here, as you can see, with only a few stragglers here and there. So it will be very hard to wall this map. So we could eventually see some kind of feudal age aggression here. Or I don't know if maybe one of the players is going to try to go straight to castle age. I'm not very familiar with this map. Don't know what are the most common strategies in it. Switching here to the MadMax point of view, he's making a barracks already. So looks like we're not gonna wait till feudal age to see action here. So I'm gonna expect here a rush from MadMax. I do wonder though if that's a good idea. We're about to see, but you've gotta think, when there's a map where the resources are so close and all your villagers are very close to the TC, I would think that going dress is not the very good option. Maybe it is because, as you can see, Calig0 is getting food from this tier very far away from his TC, so probably that's gonna be a nice idea from MadMax. Let's see. Apparently Calig0 just missed his boar here. No, he can see it. I do wonder why is he not getting it. Right, as you can see, the horse is a very, very small line of sight. They do need to scout this very well, because unlike the scouts, the line of sight is really, really small here from the horses. And he could see the barracks though, so he is gonna be warned. He knows there is something going on here. Well, apparently that's something I was missing before. I'm really sorry about that, guys. Calig0 himself going for militia, so it's gonna be full action from the start. start. That's how wrong I was before. It's gonna be a militia getting a militia, so it's Drush against Drush here. I even see a fourth one here coming in from Calig0, and only 3 from MadMax, so this could be a nice fight here from Calig0 if he manages to get his 4th one on time. And let's see how this is gonna go. It's a 3 versus 3 right now. Max manages to land the first hit, and he's always also trying to hit the horse. Doesn't really manage to kill it, but still manages to land a few shots. And Calig0 is probably gonna lose the food from this deer as MadMax just goes around and tries to kill this deer, making the food completely unavailable for Calig0. Maybe I would assume Max is gonna bring in some more militia of his own, maybe not. He's just now finished Loom, so maybe he's gonna click Feudal Age, and that's exactly what he does. He goes up to Feudal Age, and he will try to make that Man-at-Arms upgrades for sure. In the meanwhile, Calig0 is not here to play. He just made a 6 militia, and you gotta think, if you are delaying your uptime this much, you do need to do some kind of damage with it, or you could end up in a bad spot. It's even a 7th militia. This is a really aggressive play here from Calig0. You gotta say, he does know roughly where the base of MadMax could be. He does know it's gonna be around here. So I do wonder if he's going to be able to do some nice damage here on MadMax. There are a few unprotected villagers here, so yeah, I guess he just didn't see them on time. So he's still chasing away this militia. In the meantime, MadMax added a few militia of his own, and do bear in mind, he will be able to make them Man-at-Arms, and Man-at-Arms have just gained a speed boost from this balance patch, so they will be able to catch up to this militia with no time. So MadMax just needs to make sure he doesn't lose any militia at all. This engagement here could be bad for him. It looks like Calig0 didn't see this on time. He sees it now, and you gotta wonder, why is Max fighting this? Yeah, he does not want to fight this. He wants to keep all of his militia alive for as long as he can until he gets that Man-at-Arms upgrades, which is being made now. Yeah, this villagers could be in danger. Calig0 sees it on time, tries to get one village, maybe this one. He went for that. He tried to chase that deer instead of killing the villagers. Probably not the best option there. And now it's probably Calig0 that needs to be careful, because the Men-at-Arms gain have a speed boost, as we just said before. One of these Men-at-Arms is very low on HP, so probably Calig0 could even try to fight this off. Looks like that is what he's trying to do. He's not afraid of those Men-at-Arms. The first engagement is happening, and you gotta think he's gonna take this with no problem at all. Yeah, there we go. I think he only lost 1 of his militias, so this fight really did not go very well to MadMax here, and feels like that Man-at-Arms upgrade just got a little bit wasted. In the meanwhile, Calig0 is still adding more militia, so yeah, I would be extremely surprised if I wouldn't see a Man-at-Arms upgrade here from Calig0 as well, considering he's still making more, and now he obviously wants to wait until he has enough gold to make that Man-at-Arms upgrade. Anyway, no big loss has been made here to MadMax's economy. He is now on 2 archery ranges, making the blacksmith already, and but still, this is gonna be tough for MadMax, I reckon. Even if he has archers, he doesn't have enough, and with the speed boost once more that those militia are gonna gain from the Man-at-Arms upgrade, that could mean dangers. That could mean danger here for MadMax. I do wonder why he only has 2 archers out so far. He does need more if he wants to be able to cope with what it's coming there from Calig0. And Calig0 just moving in. Of course, he's not afraid of these archers. The Man-at-Arms upgrade is made, and he will be able to catch these archers, but the archers are gonna make it to safety. Calig0 needs to watch out because of that TC. He just saw it now, and he's gonna try to go around, and well, that's one that goes down there, and looks like MadMax now is gonna be able to just micro this out to the best of his ability and make sure he doesn't lose any villager or any military units. Taking a look at the middle, looks to me like Calig0 is making a better use of these deer here in the middle of the map. I do see a random villager here in the middle. Calig0 is not able to spot it, so you do gotta think that eventually he's gonna try to do some kind of sneak. I'm not sure what he's gonna try to do. Still going back here. Yeah, looks like that's what he's aiming for. And in the meanwhile, very unfortunate here for MadMax. He wasn't paying attention to his archers and just lost 3 of them to those Men-at-Arms from Calig0. Anyway, archers coming in, and do they have? Yeah, they don't have loom. That's what I was wondering, how fast these villagers were dying. This is so bad for Calig0. He didn't do loom and he clicked up to Calig0. So, oh my god, this is so hard. This is so gonna be a hard spot. MadMax is just gonna be able to snipe these villagers as if they were flies. This is really, really, really risky play here from Calig0. You gotta think, what was he thinking? Going up to Calig0 with no loom on his villagers. This is really, 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 really risky in my opinion. And probably is gonna eventually lose those men-at-arms because it looks like MadMax is doing the correct kind of microing here. Still is one more archer, so that's good for Calig0. Taking a look at the villager number, doesn't look very good here for Calig0. As you can see, 25 villagers against 36 from MadMax, who still is a long way far from Calig0 though. So the game is far from over, but it looks to me like that at this point MadMax is the one with the advantage here. A villager still here at the outsides of Calig0 town center. Calig0 upgrade is made by Calig0. What is he gonna do? What kind of army is he gonna do? He only has one archery range. What is he doing? What is he gonna do? He needs a siege workshop, I reckon. That would be the most obvious choice. Yeah, there he goes. He does have skirmishers. He does have enough resources for the +2, so that's good. He does not have enough resources for an elite skirm upgrade. So looks like he's gonna be fine for the time being. These skirmishers with only +2 are not gonna be able to do whole lot of damage here onto MadMax's town because he's very well protected. As you can see, he does have walls. This villager just got walled outside, unfortunately, and he does have a tower there, so it looks like MadMax can be safe since this skirmishers will need a few hits to be able to kill any villagers at all. Wandering around is still here, MadMax. He looks like it just missed this villager here from Calig0, who by now has made loom. Thank God, Calig0. That's what I should have done before, my friend. And siege workshop I just heard. Yeah, siege workshop here by Calig0, who is struggling though. He's struggling to get any units popped out because he did go up with a very short number of villagers, and he just lost so many on that raid from MadMax when he just had absolutely no loom on his villagers and wasn't able to do anything to stop those archers. Scorpion is here. That's something you don't see every day, and he's making a battering ram as well. He's gonna try to take down these archery ranges too. I'm gonna switch over to MadMax here. Yeah, MadMax still needs a lot of time till he makes it to Calig0, to be fair. So if there is a moment where Calig0 can do damage, this is the moment. He needs to pop out some units, as many as he can, and try to hit MadMax where it hurts most. Yeah, looks like so one Scorpion is already a big danger when you only have feudal units and you don't have any scouts available, which is the case of the Mayans, of course. So all of a sudden, looks like Calig0 does have an opportunity here. He's trying to take down this archery range, and you gotta think that MadMax is not gonna have anything at all to stop him from killing it. A second archery range is being made. Second ram, that's what I meant. 2 town centers. It doesn't look like he has quite enough resources to keep both of them pumping. But the rams are there. And at this point, considering MadMax is still not in Calig0 and not even close to getting to Calig0, rams are going to be a huge problem for him. I do think so, because again, as we just said before, Mayans do not have scouts, which would be the most obvious choice in Feudal Age to try and snipe out the rams from here. Moving in, both archery ranges are down, and now it's the time for the barracks. And once more, I don't think MadMax can do anything to stop it. The resource is looking good now for MadMax. He will be able to click Calig0 in a few seconds. There he goes. Calig0 is being made. Good thing going on for him here. I think he didn't lose a single villager, so that's good. And but you gotta think that at some point he will start losing villagers here. Calig0 right now is only concentrating on the buildings, which is pretty much the only thing he can do, since he cannot do many units. He only has 1 archery range. His economy is still hurting a little bit. He does have too much gold, to be honest, and he doesn't have a mining camp here. You gotta wonder he does need a mining camp here at some point. Anyway, MadMax moving in with the archers, not sure that's a good idea. Calig0 is very close to it, and he does have a few numbers, a few army of himself here. Getting hit by the... Yeah, this is something not really good. Calig0 is moving his siege units together with the army, and the army is just getting... free hits from that tower, and he's gonna park his units under this tower, which then again, I'm not sure that's the correct option, and he's now moving in. I'm not really sure what he's doing. He's just moving in straight into the TC. He's gonna lose all of his units. What is Calig0 thinking? What was he thinking? Just moves in like that. I thought he was going to try and park his units just under this tower, but he just moves in with all of those units and just loses all of them to the tower and to the TC. You really need to think what was going on his mind. What was going on his mind? My only explanation is that he sent his units to go somewhere around here, and then the map generation acknowledges that path is blocked and tries to go the other way. That's my only explanation for what happened there. Anyway, at this point in time, MadMax manages to get the Castle H. Is gonna drop a TC on that gold. That's the correct option in my opinion. He needs to protect it as good as he can, and Siege Workshop being dropped as well, and he's gonna pop up a few mangonels there, pretty much expected as well. Looks like these skirmishers were able to kill one villager there, so they weren't completely useless. One villager here still wandering around from MadMax, not doing much. It doesn't look to me like he's doing any kind of sneaky attack. And now you gotta think this is the time where Max wants to be aggressive, because he's down on villagers. He's really down on villagers. Looks Calig0 did a nice job here on getting back. When it comes to the number of villagers, he's now ahead by almost 10 villagers. That's 8 at this point. And so you gotta think this is the time where MadMax wants to be aggressive. He does have a few archers here. I do wonder why he didn't click that that crossbow upgrade. Do bear in mind that's another change introduced by this balance patch, that the crossbowman upgrade has been increasing cost. It costs now 50 more food and 50 more gold, if I'm not mistaken. He's trying to go around here. Those are some nice walls here by Calig0, making sure this side of his economy is going to be protected. And he does need to be careful. There is a mangonel running in, and when you don't have crossbowman upgrade, you have no chance of fighting a mangonel whatsoever. And so that's exactly what he's doing. Just going back, making sure he keeps his army safe. You do have to think that why isn't he making that crossbowman upgrade? Does he have a market? He does have a market, so I don't know. I'm a new player, of course, but in his place, I would just buy a little bit of food and try to do the upgrade, because he does have the +2, so he's really only missing the crossbowman upgrade. 3 TCs here, 3 TCs for MadMax. That's something really good for him. What about Calig0? Still, no, he has 3 TCs of his own by now. I just heard something shooting here. Was just this mangonel making. No, I thought this would be a TC. It's only a market. And this is gonna be the castle. The castle from the main player here from MadMax. That's something which most of the times you do see as a main player. At some point you will see a castle being made to make sure you can pop out those really strong units that are the plumed archers. Going aggressive here with the mangonels, something that we were expecting to. He does need to be careful that he doesn't get caught up by this rams. He sees it on time, moving back with them, and he's not going to lose them apparently. He's even going to be able to snipe them down, at least one of them, maybe the second. Yeah, there it goes. That's 2 for 1 here, nice shot. Let's see how the mangonel micro goes. None of the players was microing, so both mangonels go down. That's 1-1 right there. No big deal. Knights here, knights from a Calig0. Looks like he's changing his opinion when it comes to the archers. He was doing archers. Oh, and now it's MadMax that needs to be careful. No, he's gonna lose. He's gonna lose that mangonel, that's for sure. That it goes down to the TC. Calig0 still needs a fair bit of upgrades if he wants to have a chance against these archers. There he goes, he's making now the +2 upgrade for his armor, still missing the bloodlines, as you can see, but you gotta think, why is he, well, and now at this point, I guess when he's got the castle up, now I think he won't be clicking the crossbowman upgrade, but I think he could have done so much more damage if he actually would have gotten the crossbowman upgrade. Calig0 trying to move in with his knights here. He has the +2 upgrade now for his armor, but still, he decides to stay back. He wants to keep his knights alive for as long as possible. You're probably gonna try to engage this now. No, doesn't look like he is. He does know there is a castle there, so he knows he has to expect a few plumbed archers coming in by now. How is he at 95 population, and he's ahead by a whole lot here, to be honest, when comparing the villager numbers here with MadMax, and this plumbed archers will be eventually caught up here. No, doesn't look like they will. Max will be able to bring them back to the safety of this castle and to the safety of the archers, but he just stopped it. I'm really not sure why he loses one plumbed archer, but so does Calig0 lose one knight, so that's a 1-4 trade, which clearly favors MadMax in my opinion. MadMax moving in with villagers. What is he doing with this? That's going to be a castle. That's going to be his second castle here, just right up the nose of Calig0. Calig0 himself is making castle 2, and you gotta think this is going to be a huge fight here. There's knights from Calig0. These knights still don't have bloodlines, so I'm not sure they can cope with the firepower of these plumbed archers, but then again, you have a mangonel there who is able to kill at least 2 archers. There he goes, and he could even stop that castle for MadMax. So Calig0 has a very nice chance here of doing a whole ton of damage here on MadMax. And there he goes, 2 villagers are down. The knight is there, and now the castle is up on time. I'm not sure if the castle has enough range to kill any villagers to try to get close to this castle. If not, that's very unfortunate for Calig0 and very fortunate for MadMax. But then again, he's not gonna risk it. He's gonna go in with villagers, trying to wall in that castle, and MadMax is forced to drop that castle. He deletes that castle to make sure he still gets a fair bit of stone back. I'm not sure how much stone will he get back from that, because the castle was pretty much completed. So a very nice job here by Calig0 once again on key moments of the game, doing the right things, doing the right decisions, and this again puts him on a very nice spot here. As you can see, he has a lot more villagers. Max clicking into Imperial Age, but the economy, you gotta think, the economy is gonna be a lot bigger from Calig0 at this point. Looks like MadMax is now trying to do some raiding here on the middle. He's probably gonna find these villagers here. Yes, he does. He does not have ballistics upgrade, so he's not able to quite kill those villagers in an effective manner. He still needs to micro a fair bit to make sure he can kill them. Good thing going on here for MadMax, of course, is that he's going up to Imperial Age himself, while Calig0 still needs a little bit of time to get there. You do have to think what combat unit. So yeah, looks like he's just gonna stick with plumbed archers. Looks like some fighting is happening here. Yeah, so that's a very nice thing here by MadMax. He finds the villagers trying to make this castle, but he's not taking care of them. And if he doesn't see this on time, he's gonna lose all of these plumbed archers. 2 of them were killed, a 3rd one on the way. And with the knight there and with the scorpion there, you gotta think those are enough to give Calig0 enough time to complete that castle. He's trying to push here from the left side. MadMax sees this on time, makes a few walls of his own. Bad thing for him, he just walled out one of his stone, or one of his gold mines here at the outside, but he still has 2 of them left, so he's gonna be fine for now when it comes to the gold. Calig0 was now able to click to Imperial Age himself. He's on, let's take a look, he's on 15%. Still a whole lot far away from MadMax. I would say he needs a few more villagers to get that castle up in time. It only has 3 of them. And yeah, you would be really surprised if you wouldn't see Mangudai being done by the Mongol player. That's exactly what it's gonna do here. Even if they got a small nerf here, as we just said at the beginning, Mangudai are still the unit to go with when it comes to a Mongol player. And that makes it a lot easier for the player. You don't need to think what kind of units am I gonna make. I will just go with Mangudai, of course. He does have a lot of stone. I do think that at some point he's gonna drop a lot more castles. Third one for sure. I do wonder why is he not doing that just now, because he's on 1,400 stone. That's a lot of stone. Now it's the turn of MadMax to try and attack here on the center of the map. He's got 2 trebuchets out, and at this point I'm not sure what kind of units does Calig0 have to try and stop those trebuchets. We do know Mangudai have a strong bonus attack against siege units, but the units from MadMax are there, and they will protect the trebuchets. Maybe he's gonna try to go in with the mangonels. Maybe that's an option. I'm not sure. Castle Age. Imperial Age upgrade almost done for Calig0 here. He's on 100% now. And what's his first upgrade gonna be? What's his first upgrade gonna be? That's gonna interest me. He's gonna make trebuchets of his own. Doesn't look like he will. He's gonna go for rams. So maybe that's a nice choice, because we do know how effective rams can be against a main player. And yeah, no trebuchets whatsoever. He's got 2 siege workshops, making the cap ram upgrade. He needs to keep this castle up at all costs. There's 2 more trebuchets there from MadMax. So if he wants to keep them alive, he needs to get more villagers there, which he will not make on time. And that's gonna be castled down. That's gonna be canceled on for Calig0. That's yeah, that's sort of a big deal in my opinion. He does need those castles to pop up as many Mangudais as he can. He tries to move out now with those battering rams. Let's see how much damage he can do with them. These plumed archers are not elite plumed archers just yet, and he manages to get the mangonels for MadMax. He manages to pull him back for a little bit too. He just lost all his knights, but that's something he's not going to be too bothered about, because the knights weren't going to be any effective at this point in game. Chemistry being made. Does he have the +3 attack? He does have the +3 attack. He's hurting on the food department though, so he's not gonna be able to click. Oh my god, what did I just see there? Did I just see bit axe being made by Max at minute 45? I think I did. So that's clearly not ideal for MadMax. Very unfortunate from him to be missing that such an important upgrade for such a long time. Anyway, looks to me like, well, this fight could be dangerous for Calig0. Yeah, if I were him, I would go back from it, because plumed archers with that very strong pierce armor there are able to take any fight against ranged units. Few mangonels there here. I'm not sure if he's gonna try to upgrade them. Doesn't look like that's the case. 2 castles are up here for Calig0. The wonder where the third is. There it is. He's making a 3rd castle here on the left side of his base. I would think he would have enough stone for a 4th one. I can't see it though, so I'm not sure what he did with all that stone. 3 castles anyway. He's making a few trebuchets now as well. He's still missing on the food to make sure he can click that elite Mangudai upgrade, which is so important. And looks like he's saving. He's waiting until he's got it, and then he will be able to click it any second now. MadMax here being a little bit too ambitious on that castle. This could be really bad. Yeah. He sees this on time. He tries to go back with his units, still losing a whole ton of elite plumed archers there, and for those mangonels. So that's something he really needs to be careful with. He's still fighting it for some reason. I'm not sure why. He's trying to snipe down this mangonel. Okay, good job. He manages to do it. But now it's the time to go back, because with those rams there, the elite plums will become, I don't want to say useless, but they become a lot weaker. Still no elite upgrade here for Calig0, but you gotta think it's gonna come anytime soon now. And then again, it looks like he's not giving up on this castle. Can Calig0? Yeah, Calig0 can clearly see it. So if he could just stop this castle anytime he wants, and once he does that, that could be really tough here for MadMax. Yeah, and now he just needs to micro the villagers, and he's gonna be able to stop that castle with no problem whatsoever. You do have to think why MadMax needed to be so ambitious on that castle. Why not just make it on the outside of his base? He's now trying to make another one, because he does know he's gonna lose this one, and I hope he does cancel it. No, looks like that's not. Yeah, I hope he just canceled it now and he didn't lose it to the trebuchets, because that would be really bad for him. Apparently no ballistics had been done for Max, which is now doing it. Anyway, looking at the numbers, at the raw numbers when it comes to ranged units, it looks to me like MadMax has more units, but the Rams are the problem from him. The Rams from Calig0 are still going to be a problem for MadMax here, I reckon, because they would just tank so much fire from those plumed archers. And now it's the time where Calig0 needs to be careful, because he just got that elite Mangudai upgrade, and he does have the full attack, he does have the full armor as well, he does have bloodlines. I'm not sure if he has husbandry, but they looked pretty much fully upgraded to me, and this is the time where things could start to get serious here for MadMax. Let's see what he's going to try to do. A good thing going for him here is, in my opinion, that he does have a lot more units. Look at this number of plumed archers. We can even take a look. That's 35 with 2 trebuchets, so probably just 33 at this point. And Calig0 still doesn't have enough, still doesn't have just as many Mangudai as MadMax has plumed archers. He's trying to search for a spot to hit here around the map, and it doesn't look to me like he will be very successful with it. And yeah, this is probably not the best of the ideas. Leaving these trebuchets alone with no protection whatsoever. Calig0 can just come in and snipe them out with no problem, considering the huge attack bonus Mangudai get against trebuchets. Anyway, MadMax, he can go further. He can go further. Looks like that's what he's doing now, and I do wonder who's gonna win this fight. Yeah, Calig0 doesn't feel too comfortable with this fight. He goes back now with it, just for going. He goes for it again though. He's going to try and fight those plumed archers. The numbers still seem to be favoring MadMax now, but looks like the Mangudai are doing the job here. Mangudai just so strong unit, especially when with loads of upgrades, which is the case now for Calig0 here. And it looks like he managed to snipe those 2 trebuchets, and he managed to face those plumbs with no problem. And the game is becoming really, really interesting here. When it comes to the economy, you can see Calig0 has a much bigger one, which then again it's sort of expected, since his units are so much more expensive than the units from MadMax. MadMax still on 4 castles, so even though he just lost the castle there, looks like he's still good to go when it comes to castles. And siege rams have been done here by Calig0. That's a very important upgrade too. He's making siege engineers too, also very important upgrade. And yeah, I gotta feel that the longer the game goes, the more chances Calig0 has to get this game, and the harder it will become for MadMax to face the huge power of the Mongol player on late Imperial Age. Anyway, this looks like a very good fight to him though. Looks like Calig0's just wasted a few Mangudais on that fight. But the Rams, man, the Rams. What are you gonna do against the Rams? Well, at this point, looks like he's wasting them a little bit. He's just moving in with 2 of them and no support whatsoever. And moving in with 2 more. Yeah, I'm not sure. I would have waited until he's got more. Yeah, he's gonna lose that second one as well. Yeah, you just need to be patient, Calig0. Wait behind. Wait until you have enough mass on those Rams and you have enough Mangudai, and then you can think of a big push here. Both players just massing units, trying to do their best to counter each other. I do wonder. I think MadMax at some point he does need to add some units to try and snipe down those onagers. I don't know if those units could be Eagle Warriors. I don't know what units that could be. But the simple fact that Calig0 has those Rams there makes it so much harder for MadMax in this situation, in my opinion. Trying to snipe down that castle is Calig0 now with 2 trebuchets, and once again moving in with the Rams. And now it's the time where Calig0 could be trying to use his Mangudai to fight the plumed archers, because all the plumed archers are occupied trying to fight those Rams. Calig0 looks like he's missing an opportunity here, in my opinion. He's killing that castle though. That's a good thing going on for him. And yeah, MadMax now trying to fight directly the Mangudai, so that's the best thing that could happen to him. And looks to me like Calig0 lost a good opportunity there to fight those plumed archers while the Rams were in front of them. Anyway, one castle goes down here for MadMax. Eventually, a second one will go down too. Even though, yeah, no, Calig0 only now moving in with the Mangudais. Maybe he can kill. Yeah, I think he's gonna be able to snipe to get this ram with no problem. But the problem is gonna be the trebuchets behind them. He's moving in now. He feels confident to do so since there are no more siege rams in the fight. And this could be a good fight here for MadMax, in my opinion. A lot of units for Calig0 at the back, not fighting. So this fight really not good for Calig0 here. He needs to be careful. Why is he not fighting with all of its army? And one trebuchet is down. In the meanwhile, though, that castle goes down too. So looks like that push was good indeed for Calig0 here. Anyway, when you see this massive units from a main player, that's really something you need to be careful with. Just go back, Calig0. That's what he's doing, and he's now trying to amass some more rams here at the back. He does have a very nice amount of Mangudai here. So if I was him, I would just wait until I have, like, I don't know, 5, 6 rams, and then try to kill that army of plumed archers by putting the rams in front of them and then firing with the Mangudai. But once again, he's sending them alone with no protection whatsoever. Only now sitting in the Mangudai. This could be good. I don't know. Only one ram is there though, so I'm not sure if this fight's gonna go good for him. Yeah, MadMax doesn't want to fight that. He goes back to the safety of his castles. Looks like he's gonna try to go around here, Calig0 is, and try to find a few villagers and snipe a few of that economy here on the upper side of the map. The rams are there now, but then again, where are the Mangudais? I'm really not sure. Not sure why Calig0 keeps doing this. He just keeps sending his rams with no protection whatsoever, and that's another ram that goes down without doing any major damage. And let's see if this fight is gonna go good for his side. The plumed archers are focusing all its fire on the rams, so this could be good for him. Yeah, no, I think he's gonna lose that. He's gonna lose that ram at some point, and the Mangudais are fighting too much at the back. So that once more, MadMax manages to keep this castle here alive, and doing a nice job, doing a really nice job here, in my opinion. MadMax is he's just being able to repelish every single push that Calig0 has been trying to do so far. And let's take a look at the resources. Calig0 is still mining gold from this side. He's still mining gold from here, but nowhere else. So once that gold runs out, that's going to be an advantage here. Oh, and nice raid. I was just missing this before. That's going to be an advantage for the main player, because the main player does get to keep more resources for a longer time, and that's another castle. So looking at things now, I'm starting to like the position of MadMax a lot at this point, because if he just manages to keep his economy in these castles alive until Calig0 runs out of gold, that could be that could mean really trouble for Calig0. And once more, that's just another ram that's probably just going to die without having done anything meaningful. There it goes. That's another ram that goes down here without having even hit anything at all. Anyway, nice raid here at the back base of MadMax. Calig0 was able to kill a few villagers there. He's gonna be able to kill some more as well. But let's take a look at the middle of the map once more. Yeah, Calig0 short on units, right? Calig0 short on units, in my opinion. He has a SAR, that's good. How are the upgrades? They are fully upgraded. Yes, they have all the upgrades, so that's good. That's very good. He's still trying to mass those rams, and you gotta think, if you would have tried to save those rams for a huge push, one push all at once, you gotta think how many rams would he have by now, and that could have been a major turning point in the match. MadMax with a very nice amount of ranged units here. I'm even gonna take a look at it. How many of those? 75 ranged units. It's really a nice number here. He's got a few skirmishers mixed in as well. Let me take a look at this gold income. He still has this mining camp here, but that's it. That's the last one he's got. So same thing for Calig0, which is now completely out of gold. That gold mine there is gone. So let me see how much gold he still has left. Yeah, not very much. He's got a 400 gold. Let's take a look at the relics. I think that's a very interesting thing to look at. That's one relic for Calig0, and that's one relic for MadMax, so there's no huge advantage for any of the players on that matter. Anyway, the huge push looks like it's coming in now. That's a lot of rams. That's what I wanted to see just way before. And he has a lot of rams. He has Hussar, and he's got Mangudai, and he's got Trebuchet. So this is the turning turning point. Either Calig0 manages to land a huge shot here and kill everything MadMax has gone, or this could mean trouble for him. The Rams need to go in front and not the Hussars. He needs to put the Rams in front. That's what he's doing now. That's a lot of Rams. Very good job by Calig0 here. The Mangudai just behind them, and this is the time where he needs to fight. He needs to move in with the Mangudai. He's not doing so, but it looks like he will be able to get that castle down with no problem whatsoever. And now I would just put the Rams in between these armies and then use the Mangudai to kill all of them. But still, looks like he's doing a nice job here, even though the Rams seem misplaced for me. The Rams seem to me like they're not at the right spot. I would have put them here in the middle. He's just going for the buildings for some reason, and by doing so is giving MadMax an option to actually kill that army that he's got, because the Hussar, they might be strong, but they don't cope with the firepower of the plumed archers, and there's still a whole lot of plumed archers left here for MadMax, and he's gonna kill. Look how many Mangudai are left for Calig0 here. So in my opinion, this fight went actually good for MadMax. A few more Rams incoming. So maybe that's a round 2 on this perch here for MadMax. Let's see if he will now be able to kill those plumed archers that are still left for MadMax. A few more Rams coming in. If he manages to time this up nicely, putting the Rams in the middle and attacking with the Mangudai at the same time, that's what I think he would have. He will be in a very good shape. Anyway, here at the left side, Calig0 still destroying more and more buildings with no protection though, so those Rams are gonna be killed at some point. Calig0 going for the second castle, and once more, Rams, man, Rams are just the huge problem for the main player. He does not have an answer to the Rams, and this is looking now really good for Calig0. He manages to kill a lot of units, and that's where MadMax calls the GG, since he knows he does not have much of a chance against those siege Rams from the Mongols player. And that's the 2-1, a very close game, a very interesting game on a very nice map in my opinion. I really like this map. I do have a small crush for from land nomad kind of maps, so that's the kind of map I really like, and I'm glad both players went for this map. That's the 2-1. So Calig0, congratulations, you get the Calig0 gets to move into the next round. Let's take a look at the resources and the achievements, I mean. And that's a very close army here. Units killed, units lost. Society stat, yeah, Calig0 had more villagers, something you would expect, of course, because he's the Mongols player. He does need a bigger economy, and yeah, just a much bigger economy here for Calig0. And but all in all, in my opinion, was just the simple fact that he managed to get until late Imperial Age that gave him the huge advantage, because he then just had the stronger civilization when it comes to post-Imperial play. So